The Cost of Trust. My name is Julia, and this story is about someone I once held close to my heart, Ryan. We met during our early high school years. Ryan had a warm laugh, a charming awkwardness, and a heart that seemed, at the time, impossibly big. We weren't lovers back then, but we were close. Close enough that I once imagined what it might be like if one day we were more than friends. It wasn't until the final year of high school that Ryan told me with trembling sincerity that he had always liked me. More than liked, he said, eyes gleaming with hope. At first, I hesitated. I loved him dearly, but I wasn't ready. Not for a relationship, not for something so vulnerable. But time changed things. Or maybe it just clarified them. I started to see him not as a boy I once laughed with over childhood jokes, but as a man. Hopeful, persistent, and deeply loyal. I said yes. At first, it was beautiful. We shared long walks, exchanged dreams, and built tiny plans for a future that felt bright and exciting. Ryan spoke passionately about his dream of owning a ceramics business, something different, personal. He didn't want the traditional route, he wanted something of his own. But slowly, things began to shift. He started showing up late. Basketball practice ran late, he would say. He sold his motorbike. Investing in my startup, he explained. Then his camera, his laptop, even a gold chain he wore since middle school. When I asked him, he smiled and kissed my forehead. All for the dream. Eventually, he asked to borrow money. Not a lot at first, then more and more. I gave it willingly. I believed in him. I loved him, or maybe I loved who I thought he was. But there was a moment, one quiet evening when I walked past a bar near the station. It was late and I wasn't looking for anything. But I saw him, Ryan, laughing too loud, glass in hand, seated between two men and a girl I didn't know. My heart didn't break instantly. It cracked, slowly, like porcelain under pressure. I followed him a few more nights, not because I didn't trust him, but because my instincts screamed louder than his sweet words. I saw it all. The late-night drinking, the gambling tables, the women, the lies. I confronted him. He cried, said it was a mistake, that he was trying to numb something he didn't know how to talk about. He begged, promised, pleaded, and I, foolishly, gave him another chance. For 2 months he tried. Or pretended to, but I knew. The money disappeared again, the calls became short. The basketball excuse returned. When I asked, he smiled that same smile, and that's when I knew. I didn't scream, I didn't cry. I just looked at him and said, I hope one day you treat your life with the same care you pretend to treat your dreams. I walked away that night, left behind the boy who couldn't love me because he hadn't yet learned how to love himself. Now I hear Ryan is trying again, somewhere, somehow. Maybe he'll find his way. Maybe he won't. But me? I kept going. Because not all stories end in healing. Some just end. And that's okay. This was my story with Ryan. A reminder that trust is precious, and once broken, it never quite fits the same again.